Hey guys, what's up? It's Kay, and today we'll be looking at my very first super robot Chogokin Weiβritter from the anime Super Robot Wars original generation, and I am pretty excited. I'm really happy with this purchase. This is my very first SRC or Super Robot Chogokin figure, so this one's something new, so I'm really happy, and I just can't wait to review this guy. I just played with him like a couple of minutes ago, and I decided to just make a video, and I'm not liking those shadows, so let me just adjust this. All right, there we go. Let me just adjust my lighting here. All right, never mind the shadow then. Anyway, so yes, I've been wanting this figure for such a long time, like ever since it got released, but way back then, I wasn't really a fan of the anime, but it's just a really beautiful figure when I first saw it, and I started watching the Super Robot Wars original generation, the Inspector anime show, and I really liked it. It's super awesome. I'm on, I think, episode 7 or episode 8, and I'm really liking it so far, and this by far is my favorite unit so far in the series. And I'm liking the Wild Kruger too, but unfortunately we don't have an SRC figure of that yet, so hopefully they release that one too. So anyway, here is the figure. I am going to remove the backpack, and we are going to start with the review. So like we normally do, we're gonna start with the boring ones first. Let's go ahead and look at the accessories. Okay, so for accessories, you will just get a few of them, but that's the only accessory that the Weiβritter comes, so yeah, so that's pretty much okay. So first we are going to go ahead and review the backpack. So the thrusters does not move, but it has like a butterfly joint, so yep, so it can go forward, in and out, I guess. And this binder right here can move up and down, and the wings can go that, well, this one goes that high and that far down, and yeah, but I'm pretty sure the thrusters don't move. Oh, it does move. Okay, so these two thrusters here, this one and this one, is actually on a ball joint, and the other ones no, it doesn't move. So yep, that's it. And you get the beam cannon. All you have to do is just swap out the ones that's on the figure right now and replace it with this one. Let's see, camera focus. And you have the beam saber. Well, not really a beam saber, but they call it was it plasma sword or plasma cutter or something? Yeah, either one. But yes, this is actually one of the sturdiest looking beam sabers I ever saw. Now the reason for that one is because, let me just focus my camera on here. It's because it looks like a regular beam saber, but if you look at it closely, or if you have the figure with you, it's really like thick, like it's not gonna break on you like most beam sabers. So I like this one a lot, but I'm not really gonna use it. And let's see, so you have the beam cannons, the backpack, the plasma sword. You get 2 of the ear thingies. This one's made out of rubber, because the one that's on his head right now is the harder plastic one, which I prefer. And let's see, and you got the rifle, the ox-tongue rifle, which is a big piece of plastic. So there's no articulation. This magazine cannot be removed, but I like it for some reason. I'm not too sure though if I'm gonna put some panel lining on the black part just to give it additional detail, but I'll see what I can do. I can't really paint stuff right now because it's winter. So yes, that's it. And for the hands, you get 1, 2, 3, 5 pairs of hands. So you get 1 pair of the open palm hands, 1 pair of the beam saber holding hands, 1 pair of trigger finger hands, and 1 pair of closed fist. Let me correct myself, it's just 4 pairs of hands. Alright, so let's go ahead and move on with the figure. Alright, so I removed the backpack like what I mentioned earlier, so we're gonna start with the articulation. But before I want to start on the figure, I just wanted to show you guys my gripes on this figure. So I am seeing some seam lines on here that I'm not really liking. As you can see, one here, there's one on the forearm, and the most noticeable part is actually the one on the head. So that's really bothering me. It's just a minor complaint, but it's really bothering me. It's like an eye or something, like it's gonna open up and you'll see an eye on inside that thing. It's pretty creepy, but yeah. So aside from that one, there's also I think another seam line here. Nope, that's it. It's just the ones on the forearms, the one on the head, and I'm not sure what kind of plastic they used on this thing, but I'm not liking this either. Anyway, so again, this is my very first Super Robot Chogokin figure, so hopefully I don't miss out on any of its features. So we're gonna start on the diecast part, since that is like the main feature of this figure. So he has, the Weiβritter has 3, as far as I know. I double checked on it. She has three diecast parts. 2 on the shoulders, 1 on the hip. I can actually show you guys right now. So you see how this one's metal, and 1 on the a pair on the foot, and the joint on the shoulder is also metal. So there we go. So now that I've cleared that out, let's go ahead and start on the figure. So we're gonna start with the head. So it's on a, I think, single ball joint. Yeah, it's only on a single ball joint. So it's gonna wiggle around, it's gonna go look left, gonna look right. It doesn't look, I don't think it will look up, but that's as far as it goes. It can look down though pretty well, but it can only go as high as that, which is a little bit disappointing, since as far on the anime, this unit normally flies around and he can't even look up. So that's a minor disappointment, but that's okay as long as he can look down. That's what's more important for me. Anyway, arms. Okay, arms will go 360. There we go. And this is pretty cool. They're on a hinge, and each of them will move around. So there you go. So that's neat. It has a bicep swivel above the elbow and on the elbow, actually, because the elbow is just on a peg connection. So you can just peg it in and it will wiggle around, or it can go 360 as well. So you can see the bicep here is also swiveling. So it can swivel, and then it has a 90-degree bend, which is okay. I mean, he's a bulky unit. You don't expect bulky units to have double jointed elbows. That rarely happens. But what they did is they actually did an extended feature, or the joint can actually extend. It's hard to do because it's on a peg. Let's see, let's try that. I hate blind reviews, really. So oh, it's already extended, my bad. Okay, so it's already extended, so it's gonna give you more range of articulation. So it goes as high as that once it's extended, but if we pull it back, it's even lower. You see that? So I like that they added that. And the arms, oh, See, it fell off again for some reason. Let's just put this back. Oh, you know what? Let's just remove it for the meantime. Okay, so the arms can move that high up, and the hand here is on a single ball joint, a ball peg, so it has a good range of wrist movement there. It's gonna wiggle around and rotate. Now let me just remove the other ear here. Okay, so now for the chest, it doesn't have any ab articulation or ab crunch, but I'm not sure if you guys can consider this as an ab crunch. So they have an extension feature on the elbow, knees, and even on the hip. So right now, as you can see, he can't look down, but you get to extend it. Okay, so now it's extended, so now he can look down. So you can see how on that part there it actually extended. So let me just move that back. So I guess you can consider that as an ab articulation. Gives him, you know, more movement, and he can look that up, which is pretty impressive. But he won't be able to do that once the backpack is attached, so because it's gonna hinder things. But that's pretty impressive. You can do the body copter. Front skirts is on separate connection on a ball peg. Yep, it's on a ball peg. The side skirts is on a ball peg also, or ball joint, so it's gonna move up and wiggle and rotate. But you don't want to rotate side skirts. I mean, that doesn't make sense. Alright, so the leg here, with the front skirts moved up, it can go as high as that one, that high up. It's so tight. And that far down, I think that's pretty much all the way that far down. And let's see how far he can do the split. So yep, you can do a split. Well, not really a split, but that's pretty impressive too. That's so tight. Okay, for the elbow, for the knees, like I mentioned, he has this extension feature on the joint. So right now, if I bend this, it's just gonna bend as far as that. But if I extend it, and you see that click, it has a far more, so it has a farther range. So I like that they added that. God, I hate blind reviews. I'm sorry about this. And let's see, so this one can flap, this one can flap as well. Foot articulation is very impressive. So it has a ankle pivot and or ankle rocker. And let's see, the foot cannot go up, but you can do something like this, and it can go all the way down. And it has two connections actually. It's on a ball peg, so there's a ball joint connected there, and there's a hinge connection there. So that's why it can do this thing. So it gives you more range for dynamic poses, which is pretty cool. And that's it. Oh, the back skirt can also move, so I wasn't expecting that. I thought it would, normally back skirts are fixed, but yep, that's pretty good. And I think I didn't miss out on anything. So let's go ahead and snap back his weapons and accessories, and we'll go ahead with my verdict on this one. That was scary. Oh, and I forgot to do this. I don't have my ruler with me, so we're gonna do a size comparison with other figures from other lines. So here's the Super Robot Chogokin Weißritter right in the middle, and we're gonna put it aside, or we're gonna set it aside, or we're gonna make it stand beside the robot Damashi Gundam Double X, which I reviewed a few months ago. So they're about in scale. And let's see, I'm not sure if he's standing up properly though, but yeah, but as you can see, they're pretty much the same. And here it is with my SEM EX RX782 Casval Custom. So he's a little bit taller. Oh, come on, stand up, man. He's a little bit taller. So he's about, so if you have like robot Damashi figures, they're gonna look good with the SRC figures. So let's set this aside and make it stand beside my custom HGUC RX787. So yeah, so he's about maybe 5.5 inches tall. So he's gonna look good with 1/144 kits or robot Damashi or other robot Damashi figures. So, which is good because I have something planned for this particular figure. I'm planning on doing a photo with the Weißritter with other figures, and it's gonna look awesome. So let's go ahead and proceed with the verdict. Alright, so on with the verdict. I honestly really like this figure, especially if you started liking the Super Robot Wars, the Inspector series. So it's a must-have if you're a fan of it. So I highly recommend it. And for the figure though, the articulation is actually pretty good, considering that the Weißritter is actually one of the first SRC figures that was released from the line. So he has a pretty good articulation, considering the fact that this figure was released back in 2011. So the only complaints that I have is pretty much the forehead, the seam lines on the head, and the forearms. But other than that, it's a pretty good figure. I highly recommend it, and I'm actually planning on getting the Altizen as well, because why would you have a Weißritter figure without the Altizen? Why would you have a Goku without a Vegeta? Why would you have a Batman figure without the Robin figure? So it kind of works like that. So I'm definitely getting one, hopefully next month or something, or a month or two. Who knows, but I'm definitely getting one. So my overall rating for this figure is 5 out of 5. So the gloss finish is nice, but I'm not really a fan of gloss finish, so I'm changing it to flat soon, and I'm gonna add some decals on this. And I designed some custom decals for this, so hopefully that will look great on the figure. So thank you guys for watching. I'm very sorry that I did a blind review this time, but I hope you did like it. And if you liked it, then you can go ahead and subscribe. And if you don't like it, then you can just go ahead and subscribe, because you can just leave mean comments or something. So it's a win-win situation for both of us. So bye bye.